Start Las Vegas, and welcome to Face the Tribune with the legendary Rolando LaRosse. I am your co-host, Chris Garcia, and it is a fabulous day in Las Vegas. It's going to be 109 today. And once again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the people of Houston there. It is a catastrophic storm that has hit there. They have had 49 inches of rain in Houston over the last week. It is the largest rainfall in the continental U.S. history. So our thoughts and prayers, 4 people have lost their lives so far because of Hurricane Harvey. And we're just hoping that everybody gets to safety down there. With that, boss, how you feeling?
I feel okay. I feel sorry for the people in Texas. I think I had somebody that I know that lived there in Houston, but I haven't heard from them in a long time, so I don't know if they still live there or not. People nowadays move every day, but I hope they're okay, yes, but everything else is good, it's the fact that they keep talking bad about Donald Trump, and they keep criticizing him for everything, and the editorial that is coming out tomorrow in the Vegas Tribune, it is really very, very much nothing more than the truth, Obama let all those terrorists out of the Guantanamo Bay, people that came here to this country to kill the American people, people that were involved in the 9/11, the tower, the blowing of the towers in New York, and he let him go. He quietly, 4 days before he gave up his post as a president, he let those people go. And I was reading on I think it was Fox News, it said that the percentage of people that had been in prison for terrorists have doubled since they came out. They go back to be terrorists. Prison is supposed to be rehabilitating, but these people, they don't rehabilitate. They get approval rate of being whatever they was before they went to prison. And nobody criticized Obama. Bill Clinton, the pardon almost every one of the people that Bill Clinton pardoned was for drug business. Drug dealing, drug trafficking, drug this, drug that. So it's okay to pardon criminals, but it's not okay to pardon a man like Joe Arpaio, then it's been serving the nation first as in the military, and he was in the DEA, he was in Metro. He worked in Las Vegas as a police officer. Every job that he had is been with law enforcement.
Wow.
He's 83 years old. Why are they keeping going? They don't do it because of Arpaio. They don't do it because he was mean to the poor little illegal people. He's not. They don't criticize him. They criticize the pardon because it was done by Donald Trump. It's not. It doesn't make any sense. Even Bush, the only one that did a lot of Iran-Contra pardons and everything was the older Bush. Not that I'm crazy about him. I don't think none of the Bushes are worth anything, but that's my personal opinion. I don't believe that, what he was the president with 9/11, right?
Yes, sir.
the younger
George W. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't believe that they are criticizing Trump for the right reason. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me, and it bothers me too, how they interfere with the running of the country, how they do go beyond all the reasonable doubts just to criticize Trump
Yes.
for no reason at all.
Yes.
And it bothers me when I see that, you know. It bothers me. See who is there. No, it doesn't make any. It doesn't make two wrongs don't make one right. And I believe that they do. I believe that they do work. The president is trying to work the best they can, the hardest he can.
Yes, he is.
And what they do in it, in my opinion, I don't know, I can be wrong, they slowing his work, slowing down. I don't know if I can explain that in my English, but you know, when you have to do something and something interfere with what you're doing, it slows you down.
Yes.
And I believe that it should be a limit to that.
Yes.
What are they trying to do? They're trying to make him to get mean and pissed, so he can do some crazy stuff like ignore the Congress, ignore the Senate, ignore everybody, and run the government like they would be running in Venezuela or in Cuba. Is that what they want him to make that mistake? I don't think
it seems like they want.
They provoking him.
Yes.
That's what they are doing.
Yes.
They provoking him.
Yes. Yes.
And nothing is worse than provoking somebody. Believe me, I can tell you that by experience.
Yes.
When I get provoked, I get evil.
Yes.
I get evil, and it bothers me when people trying to make me look like I'm a fool, and I don't like to be a fool. I might be, but I don't like to be, and I don't like to admit that I am a fool. You know, and them inconvenience me because I have to get things that I need to have done. I need to, so that's why I'm talking for experience. I'm talking with experience. I have to stop doing what I need to do in order to do something else to prove myself right. And that's bad for business. It is bad for business. Because then I'm not a smart person, I'm very stupid, and when I get upset, I react. And you're not supposed to react when you're in business. You're supposed to think. You're supposed to, you know.
That's why a lot of people, I think, they don't like it sometimes on Twitter, because when you send those tweets, you can't take them back. Once you put send, you know, it's out there. And I always, you know, that's why a lot of the athletes, they've gotten in trouble because they're on Twitter and they react to different stuff. And You know, that's why you shouldn't, they try and say the president shouldn't have a Twitter account because you're sitting there and you're watching people bash you on every channel for hours, and it's just a natural reaction.
But did Obama have a Twitter?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And he got text.
Yeah.
And why it had to be, Obama had to be better than Trump. Why? Because he's black? He's not the president anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it bothers me.
It was so funny on MSNBC, and then they had to retract it. They had a picture of Barack Obama supposedly feeding people in Houston, Texas for the hurricane disaster, and it comes to find out it was a picture from him 2 years ago feeding people on Thanksgiving. That's how much they want him to look like he's doing good. That he went to Houston during the hurricane and he was feeding people, and they showed him giving plates of food to people, and it was a 2-year-old picture of him feeding people on Thanksgiving. That's how
let me
bad.
tell you something.
That's how bad they want him.
Let me tell you, I don't know too much about politics, especially national politics or international politics.
Yeah.
But I don't let my personal feelings interfere with my opinion. But I don't think that Obama was that good of a president.
He was an awful president.
So why did they want him in there? Why are they protecting him? Why are they defending him? Why? Somebody need to tell me that. Please light up my brain. Why do you think it was that?
Because he was black, and I think that the left-wing media wanted him to be successful regardless. It doesn't matter what policies he did or what he did.
Does that include McCain too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You're right. Yes. I think everybody. I've said it before. I really don't see no difference between Republicans and Democrats. Trump is different from both of them. You were right when you said a year ago he should start his own party. Call it the All-American Party, Trump Party, call it whatever that you want to call it, but he is not a Republican. He is not. He's not a Republican.
Well, he was never a Republican. He was a Democrat one time.
Yes.
You know, and that's what that is what it bothers me. He know how the Democrats work.
Yeah.
He know that the Democrats, all they do is give people charity,
Yes.
so you can keep your mouth shut, sit down, watch opera, and don't bother anybody. So they can rob you blind.
Yes.
You know, and the Republicans are getting to be the same way. This McCain need to retire. Period. This is another Harry Reid. I'm sorry, but he need to retire.
Yeah.
It is almost like the same way that I feel about Harry Reid. And I tell you the truth, I used to have a great respect for John McCain, just because the fact that I always respect people that have served the country.
Yes.
He was a veteran, he was a prisoner of war,
Yes.
he deserved that respect, but he is losing that respect with the behavior that he's taking. I don't know what the problem with him and Trump is. He ran against George Bush, lost, and he didn't hold any grudges. You know, he ran against Obama, lost, and he didn't have any grudges against Obama. Why? He didn't even run against Trump. Oh, maybe his little brother, his little tiny brother lost. He didn't lose to Trump.
Yeah.
He didn't lose to Trump. He lost because he's inept.
Yes.
Because he was not good.
Yes.
Because people didn't choose him to be the nominee.
Yes.
The same thing that happened to the rest of the 17. Because I tell you, the most close to the perfect president, I hate to say that because I don't like the guy, is John Casey from Ohio.
Wow.
He was intelligent. He has run Ohio like $1 million corporation. You know, But the people don't want that. People don't want another politician. That's the whole thing. That's what it was. You know, people didn't want to have another Bush, another Clinton, and another Clinton again. You know, it's when was the last time that we have somebody that is not a dynasty? The only reason that the Kennedys was not a dynasty is because they all get killed. Because I don't know if it was Bobby or the other one, they was running for president when he got killed in Los Angeles, right? Robert?
Yes, sir.
That's Bobby.
Yes.
That's
Bobby.
Bobby. He used to be the U.S. attorney.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know, I mean, gee, if I have my brother running for president, I'd be happy, I'd be honored, I'd be flattered, I'd be everything good, but I don't have to follow his footsteps.
Right. Right.
What do they want to do? They want to keep like, what is that country where the D.I. Was the princess? England. Okay, and now they try to damage her reputation. And they're treating her like a hooker. After she's dead for what? 12 years now? 15 years?
Yeah.
I don't know how long she's been dead.
It's been a while, almost 20 years. It's been a while.
Really?
Yes,
That long, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while. Princess died.
He was cheating on her.
Yes.
He was having an affair openly with another woman, and she finally got tired and said, hell with this. And she went and got a piece for herself.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I tell you, I don't think it was a car accident. I think it was, she was killed. Yeah.
A lot of people believe that, Rolando.
Really?
A lot of people.
I never hear
The father has spent tens of millions of dollars investigating that accident. Jody Fayed.
Her father?
No, his father.
Oh, his father.
Fayed, yeah. The guy that owns Harris, that big department store in England, in London. And that's why they didn't like him from the beginning, Doty, because he bought Harris, which had always been a traditional white English. It's the biggest department store.
And he wasn't white?
He wasn't. No, he was from.
He's black?
No, he was Middle Eastern. Doty Fayed.
Oh.
He was Middle Eastern, and the rumor had got back that she had gotten pregnant by Doty Fayed, and so that would have been that would have been.
He was going to be a little negrito.
That was that's our Spanish audience out there.
Like my friend. She hates black people. When the daughter started dating Sammy David Jr., oh, that's different. That's Sammy David Jr. He's still black, and he got it in last time. Don't give me that.
But
tell me you don't like poor blacks.
But see, that's the difference, though. The difference is the royal family, they don't care. They don't need your money. It's all about pure heritage. And so to mix it with Arab heritage, that's worthy of death almost. That's worthy of taking you out. Especially when you're still married. They had gotten a divorce. He was still married to the prince. And you have an affair.
Yeah, he was still married when he was sleeping with another woman.
Yeah.
And tell her, hey, I'll be back. I gotta go and get a piece of
that one ugly chick, the chick that he's with now, that ugly.
She's old and she's ugly.
Yeah. But he had been with her for years.
I know.
He had been with her even before.
But they didn't want her to. They didn't want him to marry her.
Yeah. She
was the mother or the grandmother or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
But Doty, yes, he's with you. He's in a lot of people. He spent millions of dollars investigating that death. I believe it was a tragedy. I think that I think that it was the paparazzi's fault and it was the driver's fault. I think the paparazzi was chasing them at really unsafe speeds. I mean, they said they were going 120 miles an hour, in that tunnel. And I think the driver lost control trying to get away from the paparazzi because they say that her bump was beginning to show, that they were trying to snap pictures. They were trying to get close to her because her pregnancy bump was starting to show.
Oh, there's a lot of dresses that a woman can wear, very loose and very, you know.
I think that was their worst nightmare, was getting back that she was pregnant. I think they told him to drive fast. They kept telling the driver, faster, 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 because the paparazzi over there are 10 times worse than over here. They were on motorcycles. They were on ninjas surrounding that car. They were trying to get pictures of her in because they say that she was beginning to show. And so
what are they going to show sitting in a car at 120 miles an hour? You in a bicycle, a motorcycle.
You know how much that picture would be worth if you was the first to get the picture of her pregnant? Do you know how much you could sell that picture for?
I don't know, but I don't think it's worth two people's lives.
No, it's not, boss. No, it's not. My thing is, at this point, the cat was out of the bag. If they wanted a picture, take the daggone picture. I wouldn't have risked my life. It's not worth it. Everybody knew that she was with Fayed. Everybody knew that she was expecting. So he's no better than her. He's been having an affair with that old ugly woman for 20 or 30 years. So why would I risk my life, my unborn child's life?
That means he don't respect. He don't. Well, you don't know if it was Christian. He could have been a Negrito, or you know.
That's true.
You know.
That's true.
Yeah. No.
They say, though, that she was even backing out of that relationship because he was getting really serious. He was introducing her to everybody. The father was Fayed. They said that the father was really pushing him to get married because he had a problem with the monarchy in England because they never accepted him when he bought that store in England. That the people stopped going there because it was owned by an Arab, and the English people wouldn't shop at Harrods anymore. So he had a bone to pick with the English monarchy. And so he was really pushing for his son. How big would it be for his son to steal their princess and marry him and get her pregnant with a little nigga? So it was a lot going on. And so, but that's why a lot of people think she was murdered. That's why they said that the royal family was like, oh no, we're not going to have that. A little bit, we were running around the
Yeah, but you know what is ironic? The people are still talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't want to be truth. And now it's two people that are dead. 2 children, they have no mother, and the scandal is even bigger.
That's what usually happens. If you just let it, a lot of times if you just let it just die out, just let it, because she might have not even been with him in the end. She might have not even, but they made something they made it bigger by doing that. And so now you open up suspicions and, you know, a lot of people believe that she was murdered. A lot of people do. That was a shame because she was a really beautiful person. Not just on the outside, but she did a lot of charity work all over the world. She really did. For AIDS, she was one of the first people that was out there in the fight against AIDS.
Her.
Yeah, she did a lot.
I like her. I don't know how she could be in person. Maybe she's a stuck, arrogant little bee, but she don't look like that in TV or anything. She looks like she's but she's not a royal herself anyway, you know.
Yeah,
she was not royalty.
She was royalty, but it was like really down there.
To him. Royalty to him, not because...
No, her family...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, her family was like royalty, but they were like a duchess. Yeah, like duchess of something. It's like a title they give everybody.
Yeah.
If you own any land, they give you like Duchess of Windsor or whatever. She was nobody. She wasn't a big time like royal, nothing like
that. That's what I mean. If she was a royalty in warfare.
Right. Yeah, she was not. She was looked down. The mother never liked her. The mother thought that she wasn't good enough for her son, you know. But he thought
her son is a piece of trash.
Yeah.
I
like the kids. I like William and the other boy. I like Diana's son. And they're continuing their mother's work. The kids they're doing a lot of charity work too. the one boy is kind of a knucklehead, the one that joined the military or whatever. But the oldest boy, he looks like his mom, and he does a lot of charity work all around the world. So, her legacy continues, man. She still has foundations out there that raise millions of dollars every year. So,
Really?
yeah, Princess Diana, she'll never be forgotten, the work that she did. She did a lot of charity work. And like you said, they still do movies and stuff, suspicions about how she died. So they're going to have to live with that for the rest of their life. So it's just incredible. But
and what about the other car, the paparazzi? Did they crash too?
no, the paparazzi were on motorcycles.
Oh.
And that's the reason they had to drive so fast, because they were on ninjas, and they were they couldn't shake the motorcycles. Usually you can shake a car because they have professional drivers that drive them, and those guys are like military trained, like they know how to get in and out of bad situations. But these paparazzi, they had surrounded the car on motorcycles. And so when they sped up, he lost control and he went right into one of those pillars that hold up the tunnel. And so it just split that car like right down the middle. Like she was killed. It was split in half. She was killed instantly. She never had a chance, man. I mean, it killed everybody.
But she was not damaged her face or anything, right? She was not destroyed physically.
Yeah, I don't know.
No?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that was a tragedy. When I woke up and heard that was a tragedy. That was awful. I remember when it was the same tragedy when John died, because they were talking about he was going to run for president, John Kennedy Jr. And I remember
another Kennedy president. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? They cannot find another. Why don't they become, I don't know, an architect? Or, why everybody has to be in the same field? Unless they started that way from the beginning. Like my brother and my sister, we all used to pitch in and put out the magazine in San Francisco. But that was a coincidence. I mean, I'm not, but this is different. This one, ours was a private enterprise.
Yes, sir.
This is government. This is pushing your name into the people, especially when you all are a different mentality, different way of thinking, different everything. You don't have that kind of benefit when you are when you're in politics. It's not. I tell you, we're going to have to do something about this chair. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy. I don't know how Lou can sit here and mumble all half an hour. He's still doing it half an hour, right? He's still doing it half an hour?
Yes.
At least he's doing better than... He's doing better than, what's his name? The conservative America. What was the last time you did a show?
But it was crazy what happened. But I think Trump is doing a good job, and I think that they seem like FEMA is really on the ball down there in Houston. They said that he's been available, and they've got everybody down there, helping out. So he said that he learned from watching Katrina and watching Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah, but I think I told you that yesterday. I think the president should not go to the scene of any kind of tragedy right away, because you can lose evidence, you can lose a lot of details, because you can walk through evidence.
Yes.
You can walk through, I guess that's the word I can remember, evidence. And the people that go there to see him, they don't think about, maybe this is and everything. Maybe this could be used for something else. You know, he wants to go to the place, the state or the city, and stay out of the. Well, of course, in Houston, every area over there is a damaged. It's a damaged area. You know, it's unbelievable. They don't think they can recuperate Houston anymore.
Yeah, it's gonna cost them. That's a big city. That's like 3 times the size of New Orleans. That's a big city. They're gonna property
I
damage.
think it's the second largest city.
Third largest city.
Third
largest city in the country.
Third largest city in the United States.
Yes, sir. Big city, man. Big city.
Bigger than New York?
No.
Oh. Well, depending what are you talking about. What do you call New York? Because to me, New York is Times Square. That's it.
That's New York.
You know, to me, Las Vegas is Charleston to Fremont. You know, it's not. Because the Strip is not in Las Vegas anyway.
Wow. So
The Strip is not in Las Vegas. It's on Paradise.
Yeah. Wow.
Huh?
It's Las Vegas. The
What?
Strip's Las Vegas.
What did you say?
The Strip is Las Vegas.
It's not.
No. The Strip is not Las Vegas.
It
It's
has that
Paradise.
sign, "Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas."
Well, they can put all the signs they want. But the sign said Paradise City Limits.
Wow. So what is the city?
If you stay there on Paradise Road and Sahara Avenue, right behind the Sahara Hotel, when you're driving on Paradise Road, it says Paradise City Limits. And in the old days, when we was a normal city, okay, we have 2 law enforcement groups. The police department only have jurisdiction until Sahara Avenue. From Sahara up to all the way to Tropicana and all that part, it was the county, the sheriff patrolled that. And the Strip, what you call Las Vegas Boulevard South, that's the highway patrol.
Wow. Wow.
Because I wrote about that one time, and somebody called me and told me you're wrong. Because I said, why in the hell this highway patrol are stopping the girls, the prostitutes? What are they doing? Are they picking up prostitutes or they are arresting prostitutes? They have no jurisdiction on. They're supposed to be in the highways. Well, the Strip is a highway.
Wow.
Or it was. It could have changed now.
Wow.
You know,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
it's like everything changed. Everything changed. Now, the federal government is suing Clark County for $70 million.
What?
Because they did made a deal with Billy Walter and the Valley High Golf Course, and they leased the property to Billy Walter for much less of the value of the property. And now the federal government is trying to collect that money.
Wow.
And I'm doing some research now. I was talking to the county yesterday, and who was involved in that deal? Our future governor wannabe, Steve Sittler.
Wow.
He's the same one that pushed for that stadium. Now they want to use the Valley High, the golf course. They want to take it down and make it a parking lot for the stadium.
Wow.
That's why they didn't choose
Yeah.
the Valley High
Yeah.
for the stadium.
Yeah.
Because these people, They are evil, but they are smart.
Yeah.
They are very smart, and they have people that they pay to have things done properly.
Yes. Yes.
And that's why, oh no, we don't need the body high.
Yeah.
Or now they find out that they need the body high
Yeah.
for the parking structure.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's all, this is what bothers me, how evil and Machiavellic these people are. They have no respect for the citizens of this county or city or nation, whatever part of the country is. They have no whatsoever respect for us. They think we are mentally retarded, that we are stupid, that we are an AH. That's all. And when you start asking questions, oh, you're a bad guy. You're a bad guy. You gotta see the guy. You gotta. I didn't see his face, but I can tell you where he was talking yesterday when I called the county and find out that the Justice Department have wrote a letter to the lawyer for the county asking for the 70 or 75 million. I got a copy of the letter. And I don't know if it was Ed Yuling or somebody told me that the Review Journal wrote an article a few weeks ago about the same thing. I'm going to look for it. Maybe I can have you looking at that thing, but I don't know how to look at it. You know, it's not the feds trying to collect millions from the county or something.
So they're going to build the stadium on the south end, right?
Yeah. If they ever build the stadium. Because I predicted already long time ago that the stadium is not going to happen. I don't care what anybody said. I don't care how much effort the governor wannabe, Steve Sizzler, wanted to make it look like it's going to happen.
You don't think it is?
No. And the Raiders are too desperate to find another location. They're not gonna wait for these people to keep playing politics and keep playing musical chairs.
So what do you think they're gonna do? You think they're gonna stay or find another location?
They're gonna find another location. Wow. And they're famous for that anyway.
Yes, they are.
They are famous for that.
Yes, they are.
They threat people, well, I'm going to go this place.
Yeah.
Oh, we give you this. Well, I'm going to go to that. Oh, we give you this.
Yeah.
It's a game. Mm-hmm. It's a game which, you know, it is nothing, not too wrong. Mm-hmm. Because they private enterprise?
Yes,
they are owned by private people,
they are.
right?
The Davis family.
Yeah. But I think Las Vegas or Clark County is the only one that the county get involved in these conversations. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't believe that it should be. I don't believe. I never believed that we should be paying for that stadium.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody said. Look what happened with that little train on top of the Sahara Hotel. What do you call that? The monorail. You know,
Disaster.
It was going to be a private enterprise, and now the taxpayers are stuck with it.
Yes.
This stupid little train. It's like Harry Reid's train to nowhere. You know, who wants to get in a train and get off in Victorville? Who? I mean, if you want to go in the train, like I used to go on the train to LA. I sit in the dining room, I play cards, you know, and the 4 hours or 5 hours, I don't remember how much time was it. It goes fast. You can go sleep. You know, it's a lot of things. Trains, it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is. I like trains.
Yeah, I tell you, I don't know what is worse.
Do we still have trains coming here? The Amtrak is still running above?
I don't know. I haven't taken one in a long time.
Didn't you could catch it at the, what was that?
At the Union Plaza.
Yeah, that's right.
Right behind the Union Plaza, there was a train.
Yep.
It stopped there. I think it was coming from Utah. And
I remember that. Yeah. I was right downtown. I remember that.
because back in the, I think it was the 60s, no, the 70s, I think, when there was hijacking planes to Cuba. I don't want to ride, I don't want to fly in a plane that I don't know. I tell you, I'd be going to Cuba dead, because I'm not going to allow anybody to take me to Cuba alive. Because I know that if I go to Cuba, I'm going to be killed anyway. You know, so just because my last name was my last name, my father and my mother's last name, my uncle and my mother's side had a shootout with Fidel Castro, one-on-one. Fidel hate my uncle. And there was a lady working in one of the government offices that my uncle talked about giving her a job. She has hired because her qualification, not because she was friends with my uncle. And the first thing Fidel Castro did when he got to Cuba, to Havana, is fire her. You know.
Wow.
My father had a police officer. Then he didn't even carry a gun. He was made a police officer just so he can go in and out of the police headquarters without any problem or any hassle. And they put him in the firing squad and killed him because and all he did is drive the station wagon, go to the dry cleaner, go to the grocery store. He was a nice, humble little black guy. Then he was driving my father or my father's family, but they killed the guy, you know. He was.
I'm with you though. I like taking the train. I don't like the bus so much, but I've always felt safe by taking the train across country before. Back in the day, it was really nice.
I used to take the train from Philadelphia to New York.
Yeah, I like
it.
Get you a good seat. And they got a nice bar that you can go to.
And I tell you, I never thought about this until now, but I don't know what would be more drastic, an accident on a train or an accident on a plane.
Wow.
But I think they both would be the same thing.
Yeah.
Because those trains going, 500 miles an hour?
They're going fast, yeah.
You know.
When they derail, it's bad. Usually everybody on there is yeah.
Yeah. No, but in those days, I didn't think about it. I liked it. And if I can make love in the train, it's even better, you know.
You know what, people I've got, man, I don't know if have you gone to before? They got Life is Beautiful. It's going to be starting downtown in a couple of weeks. And it's been a lot of.
What is it?
Life is Beautiful. The big festival that they have downtown. They charge you like $1,000 to buy a ticket, and they block off all the streets downtown. It's very difficult for people to even get to the casinos or get to the grocery stores, and there's been a lot of people complaining to the mayor. They've been complaining to Mrs. Goodman about, you got to take care of the residents downtown because it's hard. I mean, they don't even want to let you in the casinos unless you have a ticket down here or the grocery stores and stuff. So I'm just wondering and it seems like that happens a lot in Vegas. It seems like the planning for a lot of events is not very good. It seems like the locals, they They don't care about the locals, or even when they have marathons or whatever, they just shut stuff down. And there's people that take the buses and walk, have to get places, and it seems like you just wake up in the morning and everything is blocked off. Boss.
It is called corporate mentality. In the old days, when the real mob, now we got corporate mafia corporation. Now we got corporation mafia, whatever, mafia corporation. In the old days, when the mob was here, or the alleged mob, I don't know if it's, I happen to believe that most of those people in the old days were more of a gentleman than they are now. And but anyway, I don't want to lose track of what I'm trying to say. They protect the local people.
Yes, they did.
Because without the local people, they cannot give the service then they were known for give the customers, waiters, bartenders, cocktail waiters, hawkers, everybody was like a teamwork.
Yeah.
And they protect those people.
Yes, sir.
They used to say that. I said, without this doorman, my clients are going to have to open their own door.
Yes.
And without the bellman, my client going to have to carry the suitcase to the room. And I tell you, some people used to come to Las Vegas with no suitcase, but some people come with 3-4 suitcases. You can see the difference between a gambler and a tourist.
Yeah.
A tourist bring 3 suitcases full of clothes. I'm going to wear this for the cocktail party. I'm going to wear that for playing tennis.
Gamblers don't care. They wear the same stuff. They might have one change of clothes, and that's about it.
I used to know a guy that used to fly to the Desert Inn Hotel. He fly his own plane. He come in, they give him a suite, and many times he didn't even go to the suite. He goes straight to the casino, gamble all night, and fly back to Texas. Either Texas or Montana, I don't remember, but either way, he fly out of Las Vegas. And he was a heavy gamble. I assume he sleep in the plane, but it was his own plane. And I never asked him if he was a pilot, but I think he was. I think my friend know them better, and she told me that he was a pilot.
Yeah, I love the city and I love the downtown area. I just hope that as Life is Beautiful is coming up, and maybe we're going to have to do a little research on that, but how are they going to allow the locals to live down here to get back and forth through the streets on Fremont? A lot of the markets are down there downtown, and I know they block those streets off when they have Life is Beautiful. And if you don't have a ticket, the security, they don't let you walk through.
What you can do is you can move all those U-Haul trucks out of there and rent the parking space.
My wife would have a literal heart attack if she woke up and there was no truck.
Oh my God! She would change me with a shotgun.
I'm almost out of trucks now, so I might have a heart attack in the next couple of days. All bad.
There was no trucks.
I tell you, if I would have known that the trucks was going to be more important than me, I would have never got it.
I swear to God, a couple of months ago, I said, the trucks have taken over for me. She don't need a husband. She don't need rely. She don't need none of us no more. She got those daggone trucks, brother. She is happier than a fly on a horse. You know, she don't need. She needs. Yes.
I'm not that happy.
What you say?
She loves those trucks, though, I'm telling you. Come on down to U-Haul. Come on down to Mel by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. Listen, we got a little deal going. I think my boss, we're going to get some flyers going. Am I right?
Yeah.
If you rent a U-Haul, you get a free mailbox for a month.
The first month.
The first month free. So come on down. Mel by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. Come on in and see CN. Come on in and see my beautiful daughter, Crystal. And you can get a mailbox for $10 a month, but the first month is free if you rent a U-Haul. So come on down and get a U-Haul. That's Mel by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. And you have the best customer service down there. Come on in and see CN. She's going to take good care of you. And you can get a U-Haul, and you'll be on your way in about a half an hour. Everything will be rented out, and you get a free Las Vegas downtown address for free the first month. And after that, it's just $10 a month after that. You can't beat that. Mel by Renee, 716 South 10th Street. We got a couple of minutes left in the show. And I know my boss, he is a very caring person. He's a very good person. So we all want to send our condolences to the 4 or 5 people so far that have lost their life. Hurricane Harvey. You don't want to see nobody die. We had some positive stories. A 73-year-old lady was rescued today. She was face down in the water. And guys had went past her one time thinking that it was just a bag that was floating in the water. For some reason, they turned back, and when they turned back, they realized it was a lady face down, 73 years old. They resuscitated her on the boat, saved her life, and now she's doing fine. And so, and when she woke up, the first thing she asked for was her dentures. She said, "Where's my teeth?" Not thank you for saying that. She said, "Where's my teeth?" Me and my wife were cracking up.
And I tell you, what really bothers me is that it always has to be a bad apple. Always has to be a bad apple. They arrested 2 guys hijacking cars in the middle of the water. Can you imagine that?
Oh, wow.
That's what that was in the news.
Wow. That's Katrina. They were stealing TVs and cars in the middle of a hurricane.
Total 7 people have been arrested for committing crime.
Incredible. Incredible. That is crazy. I know. Did you see me with Katrina? They were running down the street with TV sets. Where are you going? That's no place to go. That's just human nature, yes. Yeah, the police were stealing cars. Remember? In Katrina, the police were stealing Cadillacs. They went to a Cadillac lot and were stealing Cadillacs. People are, so when the end of the world comes, people still going to be doing the same thing. Stealing jewelry and TVs.
A policeman was stealing cars.
Well, you know, that's a dirty police force down there in New Orleans. It was proven. It was a lot of federal officers got involved. New Orleans PD. They say it's cleaned up now, but back in the day, it was a lot going on down there. It was a lot going on down there in New Orleans. But our prayers again go out, and we are so thankful that our president went down there. He's headed to Corpus Christi, I believe, next, Texas. So he's left the Houston area. He said he did, like Rolando said, he said he didn't want to be in the way. He didn't want the focus to be on him because there's a lot of people that have to come when the president travels. And so he said he came there, he gave a speech, he met with the FEMA director. He said, whatever you need, you got it from Washington, and now he's on his way to Corpus Christi. But it's flooding all over the state of Texas, and it's actually headed to Louisiana, the hurricane. So we pray for the people in Louisiana as well. We want to thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for our producer, Crystal Garcia. Of course, our executive producer, Sienna Garcia. She's always here.
Is she on vacation?
She took a U-Haul. I think she's going.
Oh.
So, I want to thank the legendary Rolando Ross, the Las Vegas Tribune. Tomorrow, please get it. The Las Vegas Tribune.
Good spicy stuff.
A lot of spicy stuff. You heard from the boss. We want to thank Marimus, who does a wonderful job. I want to thank Pearlie. Want to thank, of course, Don.
Don
Smith is
without Don,
He's the best. He's the best.
Without Don, we are
done. Don Smith, he's incredible. Thank you so much for listening today. We hope that our president, of course, we hope that he gets back home. We know Air Force One, they're going to take good care of him. We want him to get back. He was with Melania today. I saw her. She was with him today. They look good. So.
Yeah, ladies have been going after
I think she got
That's the way. That's the way
she told her daughter to go somewhere. I think she cried.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
That's right.
That's the way. We have a very, very nice First Lady,
yes,
and I think we need to have the First Lady to be more in the job.
Yes. God bless America. God bless our troops. Godspeed to Donald Trump. Stay tuned to Chris Garcia, the conservative American, in about 3.5 weeks.
Whoa!
Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. It's going to be a little fiery show coming up.
I thought you was copying John Estrada or something, you know.